Hello everyone, welcome in this brief documentary on First World War. You know, this First World War that was started during 1914 and it took huge casualties. How the war began, it is a major question. You know, this war began because of European countries, the region, Balkan region. Balkan region was suffering from intense conflict between small territories. They were divided themselves into various types of, small territories on the base of their ethnic composition and on the base of their culture, on the base of their ideas and lifestyle. Everybody hated each other and they wanted to extend their territories by force, by using military, by using weapons, by collection of diplomatic ideas. They started to expand their territory. Defense alliance, imperialism, nationalism and militarism, they came into play, and the result was the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand Franz of Austria-Hungary. He was assassinated in June 1914, and it became an immediate cause of the start of First World War, and it brought brought tension between these European countries. As in these World War, various types of artillery, machine guns, arms, ammunition, aircraft, tanks, and other advanced technologies were used. Telegram was also used, and along with that, warships, big warships, they were also used. The timeline of First World War are the major and you can say important events that took place, and it has a brief description in this clip. We should watch it carefully and try to understand by what day and in which year the incident took place of First World War. They are very important for competition point of view. So we should watch it carefully and try to move and go across the whole video so that we can understand the root cause of First World War and what were the conditions, how Russian people, they were destroyed, how their resources were destroyed, how you can say human beings were destroyed, and how all these peoples, they came into existence, and these people, how they destroyed their resources and their arms and ammunitions were major cause of destruction. All these things, they created huge, you can say, war, and the people were killed, especially the people of working age who were working in mills, in factories. They had been recruited in First World War by force, and they had to fight for their country, and they had lost their lives. The First World War, that was a bold attacks of various European countries such as Germany, Russia, France, Belgium, Austria-Hungary and Serbia. In the West, Germany attacked Belgium first and then France. Later on, in the East, Russia attacked on Germany and Austria-Hungary, and in the South, Austria-Hungary attacked on Serbia. They were the bold attacks of First World War in the first month. In the First World War, Russian army, it was divided in two fronts, Eastern fronts and Western fronts. They had used their artillery, tanks and various other weapons, advanced weapons what they had. These weapons were so strong with arms and ammunition, with trained peoples. They were Petrograd soldiers, and all these peoples, they had good training and they were expert in you can say attacking with their tanks, but there was unfortunate with the Russian soldiers because the Tsarina Alexandria, she was German origin, and her advisor, he was a monk, Rasputin, who gave her worse, advice. And because of her diplomacy, Russian army was defeated at Eastern Front, and there was huge casualties. And Germans, they defeated Russia in the first spell, and you can say there was insult of Russia in the First World War. Along with that, there was huge destruction of its natural resources as well as its people and life. Tsarina Alexandria became happy because she belonged to Germany, and Germany won this war, so she was very happy. But it was unfortunate moments for Russian army. On the other hand, on Western Front, Russian army also fought better, and they defeated them, but there was huge casualties. But on the Eastern Front there was large casualties because of German army. German army was supported by diplomacy of Rasputin and the advice what he gave to the Tsarina. So it was a matter of huge casualties, and along with this we can say how tanks advanced, how tanks attacked, how they destroyed various types of things. Russian army thought that, and along with that Bolsheviks who were supporter. In May 1915, a German U-boat sunk the British passenger ship Lusitania off the coast of Ireland. Over 1,000 passengers were killed, including 128 Americans, although the ship may have been carrying military equipment along with the civilians. The Americans were infuriated. They became angry and they were boiled because the people on board weren't warned before the sinking. Means at least they had to be warned. In addition to straining diplomatic relations between the US and Germany, the sinking of French warfare took place from 1916 to 1917. It was dominated by continued trench warfare. As it took place in the east. Both sides had built a series of trenches that went from the North Sea and through Belgium and France. Soldiers fought from dug-in position, striking at each other with machine guns, heavy artillery and chemical weapons. The land between two enemy trenches were called no man's land. This land was sometimes covered with barbed wire and landmines. The enemy trenches were generally around 50 to 250 yards apart. Those soldiers died by the millions in brutal conditions. Neither side had any substantive success or gained any advantage. As this warfare, it created huge casualties of the people of working age, especially soldiers of both countries. Means the countries who were involved in trench warfare. Means one had to attack and another had to defend and give the you can say they had killed them whenever they advanced. They had a machine gun which could fire various shots within 2 seconds, and the people who were attacking, they were unaware of these trenches and they killed one by one. There was huge casualties, and people of trenches their life, they were very miserable, and they were thinking about their homes, and some thought about their family members. In this manner, this trench warfare created various types of conditions of First World War, and various countries such as France, Belgium, and all these things, they tried to fight with them and with each other. There was a matter of great casualties, and you can say only people, especially soldiers, were died. People they were supporting and each other, and they were very disciplined. They had to begin war well in time. They had to defend themselves in trenches, and while attacking they had a good unity, and they had to attack with full momentum and with many peoples, and they had, you can say, a spirit of war. At that time they attacked, they wanted to kill their enemies. They had totally determination, and they wanted to fight with their enemy at any cost. They attacked them boldly and blindly. But in German soldiers, they were very intelligent, and they had created special arrangements, and they had special machine guns and started firing on them. Having good soldiers and good quality weapons, they had better machine guns, and they started firing on the attackers. These attackers were killed one by one, and various types of rockets were launched, and they were they had destroyed these soldiers in their way. They could not reach, very few people could reach, and finally some of them, they became successful in getting into the you can say defenders trenches, and they tried to kill them. But their machine guns, they were very rapid. They had to kill everyone who came into way. This created a unique situation of First World War, and huge casualties of soldiers of Russia as well as Germans. Unrestricted submarine warfare took place. As you know, in response to Britain's blockage, Germany turned to unrestricted submarine warfare to keep goods from reaching Britain. After the sinking of Lusitania, Germany promised to stop unrestricted submarine warfare, but within less than 1 year, they torpedoed another passenger ship, the cross English Channel ferry Sussex. Again, the Germans promised not to attack passenger ships without warning. This was Sussex pledge, but that pledge was short-lived as well. As we can say that Germany, they made promises, but they could not survive on their promises. They always used rough warfare, and they refused, and they never were determined on their. On other hand, people of Germany, they started chemical weapons. They started throwing bombs of chemicals, and it created a poisoned atmosphere. And the soldiers, they started using masks, special type of masks, to defend themselves from chemical weapons. So it was a great warfare. Launched renewed offensives in 1918 in all or nothing effort to win the war. Both efforts failed. The fighting between exhausted, demoralized troops continued to plod along. In August, September, an Allied offensive along the Meuse River and through the Argonne Forest succeeded in driving an exhausted German army backward towards the German border. A deadly outbreak of influenza, meanwhile, took heavy tolls on soldiers of both sides. Eventually, the governments of both Germany and Austria-Hungary began to lose control as both the countries experienced multiple mutinies within their military structures. And on November 11, 1918, Germans signed an armistice in which they agreed to surrender their arms, give up much of their navy, and evacuated occupied territory. In this manner, the end of the war took place after armistice.